made music in the early years with other local soon-to-bes like Steve Stills and Bernie Ledden. Don had an early stint as a guitar teacher, and one of his students was Tom Petty. So that didn't work out for him. And but since then, he's never stopped showing us, all of us, how to do it. He took off for California and ironically ended up joining Bernie Ledden's band. Of course, it was the Eagles. When he joined the already successful band in 1974, the edge he added to their sound took them to a whole other level of success. Don co-wrote the Eagles' biggest song, Hotel California, which just happens to have one of the greatest solos in rock history. I agree. So tonight, he's being presented with the Musicians Hall of Fame Iconic Riff Award. Please, let's have a look at Don Felder's career.
I was just sitting on a sofa in a living room in a rented house and playing this guitar, and out came that progression, and I played it 3 or 4 times. I said, well, I have to save this or it's going to go away. So I ran back into my little 1-year-old daughter's bedroom, which during the time she was awake was my recording studio. And I just turned on the machine and recorded some of just the 12-string part over and over and over, and then I turned it off and went away. And when we started putting together the Hotel California record, I went back in and started listening to a bunch of those little pieces and ideas, and I said, well, that's kind of interesting. Let me finish this and put it on a cassette with maybe 15 or 16 other ideas, one of them which became Victim of Love in that same batch of just writing ideas, and gave it to Don Henley and Glenn Frey and said, if there's anything on this tape you hear, let's finish writing it, you know? And so Henley called me up and said, I really like that song that sounds kind of like a Mexican reggae. And I went, oh, I think I know which one that is. And so we started working on it. He started working on the lyrics with Glenn. And I started trying to conceptualize how Joe and I, who had just joined the band, could do that guitar dueling thing on the end of the song. Because Joe and I had been doing that together live during Joe Walsh shows that I was just out jamming with Joe because I loved to play with him before he joined the band. Well, we finally got to the point where we were going to do those live guitar overdubs between Joe and I in the studio. I always thought Joe and I would set up a couple of stools. He and I would sit there, we'd plug into a couple of amps, roll the tape, and we'd do what we'd been doing against each other on Joe Walsh shows to just capture that kind of, you know, pushing each other to play something better than what you just played. And that's what we started off doing. And then Don Henley came in the control room and said, no, stop, what are you doing? And I went, well, we're playing the guitar parts for me. He says, no, that's not right. You have to play it like the demo. I said, I don't even know what that was, to tell you the truth. That was 1.5 years ago. So I had to call my home, have my housekeeper go through my cassettes, find the original cassette, put it in a blaster, play it, and hold the phone up to the blaster. We recorded it in the studio in Miami, and I had to sit down and learn something I just made up off the top of my head for that demo. And it was just, like I said, usually my first or second shot, you know, just letting something come out is the best. And Don was right to be able to make me go back and do that. I guess he had heard it over and over and over so many times, he expected that opening lick and that first solos and stuff to be that way on the record. Don turned around and went, yep, that's going to be our single. And I went, Don, that's the wrong song. You know, AM radio, you wanted to have something 3 minutes to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The introduction before the singer started couldn't be more than 30 seconds, so the DJ didn't have to sit and talk for a long time. And, you know, it had to be either a rock tempo or a drippy ballad or something to get on the radio, you know. It had a specific format, and I said, I just think that's the wrong format for a single. He said, nope, that's going to be our single. And I went, okay, but I told you that I've never been so happy to have been so wrong about my opinion as I am today, because he was right again, I have to say.